How to heal your life through vagus nerve. Hi, my name is Dr. Meghana Dikshit. I'm the author of the book You Matter and Brain and Performance Expert. Today we are going to talk about vagus nerve and how the healing can help you to deal with your stress, cope with it effectively, and get rid of a lot of your chronic health issues like migraine, anxiety, heartburn, or acidity. So let's dive straight into the subject. But before we do that, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's dive straight, understanding what is vagus nerve. How do you activate or stimulate this vagus nerve to help you deal with stress? What is vagus nerve? First, to understand that, you need to understand that there are 12 cranial nerves that start from the back of your brain and go into your face, your torso, your hands, and upper body. And these 12 cranial nerves in the body are connected to your 5 senses. It's the way you see, you feel, you hear, you taste, and smell are connected to these cranial nerves. Even your motor skills like your expressions, facial expressions, your hand gestures, your blinking of the eye, all of it is connected with your cranial nerves, and there's a pretty important set of nerves in your body. Amongst these 12 cranial nerves is one nerve that is the longest nerve, which goes from your brain up to your digestive system, crossing through your neck, through your stomach, everywhere. And this particular nerve, which is the longest nerve in your body, functions as a sensory nerve at the same time as a motor nerve. That means sensory nerve as in it works with all your 5 senses, and motor nerve, it means it works with your motor skills like moving your hands, etc., or having facial expressions. Now this is your vagus nerve, and it's very, very important nerve that also works with your stress. See, remember, all of us have stress in our life, and you cannot avoid stress. Stress is a part of our life. The only way you can work with the stress is to be able to cope with it effectively and constructively and use your stress to catapult your life to the next level. Now, how do you do that? There are various kinds of stress that we go through. Our body's primary reaction or our reptilian brain's primary reaction is either to run away from it or fight with it. You must have, if you are a regular user of or subscriber of this channel, you know what fight and flight response is. You know how our brain perceives the threat and danger and either wants to run away from it if it is overpowering or wants to fight with it. The fighting could be getting upset, angry, and having destructive behaviors, self-destructive sometimes. And running away could be procrastination, just kind of not being interested in something or feeling depressed and kind of indulging into the social media or other substance abuse. Now, if you've been listening to my channel, you know what fight and flight is, right? And your vagus nerve is a very important part of fight and flight response. Now, a lot of times it happens that if your vagus nerve is overactivated or is underactivated, it will create a lot of problems in understanding the real danger or in understanding what actually the problem is. Now, this can also result in chronic hyperacidity, chronic feeling of sadness or feeling of not being interested in something. And in this case, by learning to understand your vagus nerve, it's the way it moves and how can you stimulate it in the right way, can do a big deal for you to deal with stress and cope up with anxiety and hyperacidity kind of diseases, or even migraine for that matter. I've seen a lot of students of mine, those who have learned the techniques to work with their vagus nerve and actually have worked with them chronic migraine, chronic hyperacidity, and have gotten over it permanently. So let's dive deeper to understand how can you increase your vagal tone or your vagus nerve stimulation. If you are ready to dive into the subject, type ready in the chat box and let's go on the other side of this subject. To understand what is a vagus nerve and the bigger functions of the vagus nerve, you need to understand how does it pass through your body. It passes through your brain, through your neck, through your heart, through your gut. Controls all the digestive functions, controls your parasympathetic nervous system and your rest and relax mechanism. It also helps in digestion and it also helps in sleep and resting. Now, Parasympathetic nervous system, if you are subscribed to this channel, you are not new to this word called parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is a nervous system of regeneration of your brain cells, of your body cells. It's a nervous system of relaxation. It's a nervous system of rest, and it's a nervous system that helps you stay calm in the most adverse situations. Vagus nerve plays a very important role in controlling the inflammation in the body. Most often when there is an inflammation in your body, it hampers the activity of parasympathetic nervous system. It creates toxicity in the blood, it creates toxicity in the organs, and it creates toxicity in your regular work, causing more and more stress. So vagus nerve actually sends a signal to your brain to release certain neurotransmitters that can actually take care of this inflammation in the body. Vagus nerve is very, very important when it comes to you being more productive, you being more energetic, you being more sensitive in a good way and more calm into difficult situations. It really helps you to take care of your stress in the most constructive way. In short, our vagus nerve is a super weapon that our body already has. Now you just need to unleash this super weapon by these 10 steps that I'm teaching you today to activate your vagal tone in a much better way to take care of your body. So if you're now ready to understand about this super weapon, type super weapon in the chat box and let's dive straight to understand how to activate your vagus nerve. The first way to do it is gargling. Yes, you heard it right, a simple method of gargling. Anytime you can do it, in the morning when you wake up or in the night before you go to sleep. Simple warm salt water, or it could be coconut oil. You can use it slowly to gargle in your mouth, and you can increase the time of gargling eventually. Like you can start with a minute to slowly you can go up to 5 to 10 minutes as well. Gargling is a very, very effective and very, very powerful method to activate your vagus nerve tone. Second, breath work. Breath work has been for years proven to be really wonderful to activate your vagal tone, at the same time activate your parasympathetic nervous system to calm you in the most distressed situations. How you can start with the breath work is very simple. Wherever you are, whichever situation you are in, just train your brain for the slow, deep breaths. 5 to 10 minutes of slow, deep breaths will activate your vagal tone. If breath work is something that you are been doing for a very long time, or you would be using this method to activate your vagal tone, type breath work in the chat box and let's see how many people here who are watching this video are going to use the breath work as the primary modality to activate your vagus tone. Now there are various kinds of breath works that you can do, but you can start with the slow, deep breaths. How do you do it? You can do it with me right now. No closing of nostril, nothing is required. Simply focus on your breath and be more conscious of your breath. So you take a deep breath. Allow your breath to go inside your nostrils, through your throat, through your chest, pushing the diaphragm down and increasing or extending your abdomen. Slowly let the breath come out. Abdomen is going inside, diaphragm is going in its position. Now the breath is coming out of the chest, your throat, your nostrils. You can use your mouth also for exhalation. If you do this few minutes, let's do it with me. While you're doing it, you will observe in the next few seconds, you will be more conscious about your shoulders and your spine. It's a very simple technique, but if you use it effectively and if you use it at every break that you take for 5 minutes, you will see automatically you becoming more energetic and productive to bring in more and more calmness in the most distressed situations. Third way to increase your vagal tone is laughter. Laughing has proven that it activates the parasympathetic nervous system and the vagus tone. So you can probably join a laughter club, or you can probably watch a cartoon or maybe something fun that makes you laugh. Or if you can remind yourself of some experience or something that you have seen before, and you can just practice laughter. There are various kinds of laughter you can actually practice, and laughter is used in therapy itself to work with depression and anxiety patients. It is proven to release neurotransmitters like dopamine, oxytocin and serotonin to help you deal with the stress. So laughter is a great way to increase your vagus stimulation. So are you going to use laughter as a method? Type laughter in the chat box. Type laughter in the chat box. The fourth way that you can activate your vagal tone is by fish oil. If you are a non-vegetarian, you can use fish oil like omega-3, salmon omega and all of these to increase the vagal tone. They're extremely useful in proven into the even working on the heart rate and even working on the heart condition and cardiovascular issues. So you can actually use fish oil capsules and gels to increase your vagal tone. Of course, this takes a little longer time to get absorbed in the body and then produce the results. So along with the gargling, breath work, laughter, adding a dose of salmon omega or a fish oil will really help you to increase your vagal tone. Are you already taking the fish oil capsules? Type fish oil in the in the chat box and let me know if you're already someone who's taking the fish oil. Fifth way to increase your vagal tone is fasting. For ages now, it's mentioned in Ayurveda, the fasting has really been helpful to take care of your vagal tone. Now, what do you need to do as a fasting? Don't just do random fastings, but there are specific ways that you can actually plan your fasting. One of them is intermittent fasting. Now, I have seen people, those who do intermittent fasting forever. Sometimes it's useful for some people, but it's not useful for everybody. You can actually plan your fasting days and also slowly work on reducing or stopping the in-between snacking in your meals. So if you can focus on fasting, it will really help you to start reworking on your vagal tone. And I have seen a lot of patients of mine, those who had lost the vagal tone, eventually with the fasting, they could get over on their stress issues like migraine, hyperacidity and all of those things, even obesity for that matter. Autoimmune disorders are also quite a lot of connected to your gut issues, and the gut issues are connected to vagus nerve. So fasting really helps a lot in taking care of all of this. The next step is to go into yoga. Now, don't do it on your own. If you can, find a teacher who can help you, what is the best yoga postures and practices for you. Mudras are the great way to use and increase your vagal tone. Now you need to identify a teacher who can actually help you find out which mudras are the best for you. Along with your fasting and the diet that you will be using, you can also use yoga and its postures to increase your vagal tone. And again, it's a long-term process. It's not a quick fix for your body. Seventh step is singing. Yes, singing really helps you. And I know, even though you may be feeling that, some of you may be like me, not great singers, and you may be feeling that singing is a pain for you. But trust me, learning to sing, or maybe even practicing singing with karaoke, or maybe using your earphones to listen to some singing app and just practicing along with it will really help you to start increasing the stimulation of your vagus nerve. Classical singing for ages have been proven to increase the neurotransmitters or release the neurotransmitters in your brain that can make you feel happy and come out of your state of depression and sadness. It is a very effective way to stimulate your vagus nerve. Eighth way to stimulate your vagus nerve is cold showers. Now I know, so some of you getting into the cold shower is a nightmare and it's very difficult. So what you can do is you can start with your feet or you can start with your hands. Take some ice bucket or a bowl of ice. You can put your hands into the ice bowl or you can put your feet into the ice bowl. Now what happens is your hands and your feet have got the nerve endings that directly connect with your major parasympathetic nervous system, and it sends a message to calm down. You can also use bowl or ice bucket to put your face into it so that starts calming your parasympathetic nervous system too. Of course, if you can get into cold showers, it's nothing like that. It's fantastic. You can slowly build the resilience to get in the cold showers, and you can eventually be a person who can always take cold showers. Ninth way to stimulate your vagus nerve is a massage. Who doesn't know the benefits of the massage? Now, when you are stressed, you automatically, if you go for a head massage or a back massage or a neck massage, it starts releasing stress. Why? Because massage is a proven technique that helps your vagus nerve to stimulate and start increasing the effectiveness of your parasympathetic nervous system. If you can plan massages in your weekly schedules, you can greatly improve your vagal nerve tone and eventually help you to stay focused, productive, at the same time calm in the most adverse and unknown situations. And 10th and the last one is aromatherapy. Lavender or bergamot oils are proven in aromatherapy to calm your senses, to make sure that they activate your vagus nerve. It is a very, very effective technique, especially if you can use the lavender oil candles or lavender oil diffusers in the evening after the sunset. It can slowly help the process of regeneration and relaxation, and it will help your parasympathetic nervous system to start healing your body and your brain to help you cope with the bigger challenges in your life. So which of these 10 are you going to start using to increase the vagal nerve tone so that you can start healing from stress? Let me know in the chat box. And this video has been helpful to you. Share it with 10 people at least. Come back for the next one. I will see you soon.